Hey, thanks for watching my first ever video on this topic. If you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe, and use the Taco Bell icon. This being a new venture of mine, I also am looking for a sponsor for this channel. If you could comment today down below what your favorite type of coffee is, or if you've had this type of coffee before, I'd love to get any and all feedback since this is my first ever episode. Thanks. All right, everybody, here's a little example of what my setup is. Sorry for the messy kitchen. Again, today we are trying Grounds and Hounds Paper and Slippers medium roast coffee. This is my first time doing a video, so forgive me if I stumble and I miss a few things along the way, but I'm basically just going to use this coffee tasting journal after brewing this coffee to give you an idea of what this coffee might taste like if you decide to buy it and brew it yourself. Today I'm using pour over. So I use my regular store-bought coffee filters there. Today I got my Pink Floyd cup. And I got my coffee to 185, even though my reading is showing 187. I normally brew, I've had good luck brewing at 185 Fahrenheit for my pour-over method. So I already ground my coffee. I got a nice medium grind here, if you can see it. So I'm just going to put it in here so you can kind of get an idea of the consistency that I'm using. All right, there you go. So I'm not at the point where I'm measuring my beans and really being specific with temperature control. And I know a lot of people will get on my case about that, but you know, I'm just an amateur guy trying to get a little more specific with my coffee making and tasting abilities. Okay, so again, going down the list, we have Grounds and Hounds, Paper and Slippers. So I'll go ahead and start the brew process. So I'm just going to read down my list. This is a dark roast in pour over method. Grind is medium. There's a few different origins of this coffee, which I'll go ahead and get to later on in one of the slides of just the bag and stuff, so you have more information. But I am casually brewing this, I guess, with the pour over method. I am using kind of smaller circles to evenly roast, or should I say warm the coffee. So I'll do a little bit more just because I'm kind of trying to get a sample today, and then I'll let it drain. Yeah, I think that's kind of that part for this video. It looks pretty dark, and I'll give you some more notes here in a second. Hey everybody, thank you so much for watching my very first episode. Again, the coffee I brewed and tasted today was Grounds and Hounds Paper and Slippers. I bought this for about $9 for this bag at my local Sprouts. It is a 12-ounce whole bean bag. More about the coffee, it is medium roast whole bean. It is not single origin. It is from Peru, Nigeria, and Mexico. They give some notes about it on the bag. I'll leave those out because I didn't find that to be the case on today's tasting. But it is a USDA certified organic product. Again, first video, thank you so much. If you could like and subscribe to this channel, it would be awesome. I hope to do these videos more regularly and get more specific on what I'm doing within the videos, whether it is how I'm brewing the coffee, the types of coffee that I'm tasting, and just like regularly do the videos and produce the videos more regularly. I'm going to try to do everything in just a couple cuts because I really don't have the time to put the complex videos together. And if it seems like the channel's gaining more traction, then I would like to invest more of my time. But right now, I enjoy drinking coffee and tasting new types of coffee and learning new ways to brew coffee. So really, this is just a documentation of that. But I hope I can get more consistency and more people find and like my channel over time. But a little bit more notes on Papers and Slippers. So it is a medium roast coffee. Today I tasted it by using the pour over method, which I've basically been brewing my coffee every morning like that for probably a few years now, since the 2020 pandemic. My grind was a medium grind in a burr grinder. I'll go over maybe what I'm using for grinding coffee a little bit more in the future. And it is triple origin coffee. I did notice and didn't document today, but the different beans are very different colors. So this is obvious a mix of different type of beans and different type of roasts. The notes that I had today for color, it was a very close to completely dark coffee, but when I did pour it, I did notice it was more on the medium side, but a little darker than normal medium when pouring into my Pink Floyd cup here. The notes that I had on in regards to flavor wheel, I thought it was a very low-grade smoky, hint of grain, and kind of a little bit more earthy flavors than everything else. Its overall appearance I thought was positive. When it was in this cup, which has a white inside, it was very dark on the inside. So it looked like an exciting cup of coffee. Just general coffee aroma. If you walked in the room, you probably knew I had just made some coffee, but you weren't like, wow, that smells really good or anything like that. So I gave it just a normal 3. Oh, by the way, out of these rating scores within this book, they're out of 5. So for my appearance, I gave it a 4, aroma a 3. Overall taste, I thought was a 3. I've drinking some really good cups of coffee in probably the past few months and really tried to focus down on what I like. And I thought this was average. I would buy this again. I would drink it again. I guess you could say I would recommend it. I've had some stuff recently too that I was like, I didn't even finish the bag. Went through a few grinds and said this wasn't for me and passed it on. I had to look this one up. In this book, it goes over crema, C-R-E-M-A. If you're new to brewing coffee, that has to do with, like, on an espresso, kind of the foam. If you had beer, the foam on the beer and how that looks. So I left that blank on the 0 out of 5 scale because I didn't find that it did. Then I don't think it will be common when brewing with the pour-over method. And finally, I will give this overall rating of a coffee as a 3, which I'll fill in now. I think Paper and Slippers is a fine, roast coffee. Overall flavor is fine. And I hope to go back to Sprouts and maybe find something else from this brand. But thank you so much for watching my video today.